it's been 5 months since the last time I talked to you, which was around January 31st, 2019. Today is June 30, 2019. Well, I'm going to basically update you on what happened in my life. So this is a running documentary on me, made by myself. It's not pretty primitive, but it's still alright. So I guess what also changed is that I hit puberty, and I need to start shaving. I think once every 8 to 10 days. So for example, I have to go shave my beard, and yeah, also my armpit hair as well. And also I got sick a bunch of times this year, which is very unusual. Like I got sick in November, December, and January. Although those clusters were the only 3 times I got sick. Maybe due to the flu shot that I got over in October of 2018. So as a result, I became much more germophobic. I mean, for example, whenever I eat chips or anything handheld food, I just completely avoid it. I always want to use chopsticks for everything. Yep, chopstick master race. Also, I became ambidextrous as well. I mean, whenever I brush my teeth or wash the dishes, I use my left hand to hold something. Basically, my left hand now does the lifting. So I've also focused on recycling, and I've never realized that there was so much stuff I could recycle. Like, I mean, pasta jars, cans, you name it. Everything can be recycled. It's just that it needs to be labeled. If it's plastics, it needs to be labeled. So on the bottom, it's number 1 PETA, 2 is HDPE, and number 4 is LDP. Yeah, I'm basically a geek on recycling now. I dedicated a whole crap ton of time for that. I mean, even on school days when I'm busy, I still devote time to recycling the stuff that cleaning out and sorting the glass jars that my mom uses whenever she cooks pasta sometimes, or sometimes the noodle containers. I started doing this during summer 2018. Summer 2018, I think I used only a drawer, a small portable drawer to store all my recyclables, and that consisted only of tennis balls and a bunch of tennis ball cans. But I've progressed since then. So now I have, I think, a huge heap of cardboard boxes that extends from here, up to here. When you stack all the cardboard boxes, probably around 5 cardboard boxes. And I want to take them. I want to take them one at a time. Not too many at once to the recycling center, because yeah, they stink up the car. My mom or dad wouldn't like it. Handling so much trash. For others it's trash, but for me, it's a genuine passion I have. Yeah, about the school year, it was really busy. I mean, whenever I first joined, the first week of school, it was super easy. But then the second week was grind time, and it just picked up off from there. I mean, I think it was the first year where I didn't have enough time to play video games full rounds and still get straight A's. But now I had to work for them. Although sometimes I just overreact to certain tests, and I do well on them anyways, even though I didn't think I did well enough. And a lesson I learned from school was that I would have to expect to bomb some tests. I mean, some tests are literally just unwinnable. Oh, that was the luggage bag. expecting to bomb some tests. Although the lowest test score I got was in calculus. I think it was about optimization. It was 49%, no, 69%. It was testing on relative extremas, and derivatives tests for maxes and mins. I mean, you can't really be a perfectionist in high school at this rate. Not everything's going to go your way. You're not going to have enough time to study however much you want. Sometimes you just basically have to dive into a pool of cold water. Yeah, I've had a lot of hardships with school. It mainly comes from having to balance tennis, the amount of tennis dedication that I have in academics. For example, I play tennis every day from 5. Yeah, I start my day at 5 o'clock, and I start playing tennis at 5:45 to 6:45 on weekdays, because I start school at 8 and I need to get home. So I first drive to the tennis center, play tennis for 1 hour, and then head home, and then get ready for school, and then be in class by 8. Also, the SAT came down on me like a hammer. I mean, I should have taken the SAT over in November and prepared for it during the summer. I don't know what I did during the summer. I think during the summer I just effed around a lot. My mind wasn't screwed on the right way, I guess. Although the SAT I did well the first time. The first SAT I took was a 1320. It was March 4th, 2019, I think. Yeah, March 4th. It was with the essay, because why not? You have to take the essay for most schools. Get as many schools as you can. College. It was a 1320, and the math score was 720, and the reading was 600. The reading score, I felt that it was probably more important than the math, since math already got 720, but apparently my dad didn't think so. This is where the tension starts with me and my dad. I start to not like him as a person. Oh, also AP exams. AP exams, I didn't worry. I didn't worry that much about AP exams. I felt that as long as I did my homework and was focusing on understanding the course content, then I was okay. I mean, my AP exam scores are gonna come back in July, but July I'll be abroad, so I won't be able to check it. Oh, back to the SAT. I took the second SAT I took. I got a better score, and that was in May 4th. The May 4th one, I don't know. I don't remember. May 3rd. Yeah, I think it was May 3rd. May 3rd, I got a 1400 this time, and I got 800 in math and 600 in reading. Reading, no improvements. And I wrote a better essay next time. That time, I got a 12 out of 24 for that essay score. I took another SAT, so a third SAT in June. June 1st, 2019. That was also the day of prom. That was pretty exciting. Also, I got to do the boat race, and I posted on YouTube the building process. It just taught me not to be mad at group people. Whenever you're doing a group project, not to harbor any sort of resentment towards anyone, because I had to work on the boat alone for I think 2 days. Because I was the only person able to come after school. About the third SAT in June I took, it's the score. Yeah, the score didn't come out again. I'm sorry. I repeated myself. Also, I spent a bunch of attention on helping my peers this year. Like, my friends would text me and ask me to send them some answers occasionally, or for me to help them on their homework, like explaining them the concept of angular momentum in physics. Physics was probably hard, super hard during the first semester, and then it got easier and easier during the second, more manageable during the second semester. Yeah, it was a huge hurdle. Sports and academics. It should probably be an award. Probably get a medal for that. And for my AP French class, I thought I did pretty good on the exam. I also am keeping a French journal during the summer to keep myself preoccupied. It was also the calculus. I ended up actually doing very well, even though I got nine permanent missing assignments to my grade, which dropped my grade. My possible theoretically highest grade would be from a 97 down to a 94, but 94 is still good. I finished the second semester with 94, and because I got a 99 on the optional final exam. I got those 9 zeros because, well, to put it this way, time was against me, and I basically had to let go of one and focus on the others. Basically, fighting a two-front war. Yeah, that was a gritty reality. Physics was probably the hardest class during the first semester for me. I had labs to submit, online assignments, and really difficult concepts to understand, like circular motion. Circular motion was the hardest mofo assignment ever out there, concept to understand. But now I understand it really well enough to explain to a person, any person. French, we needed to present a whole bunch. No, actually not a whole bunch. We had two presentations. One was a cultural presentation on one was about your university, and the other one was about. Oh, never mind, I forgot. Moving on. Oh, I also have to explain that the majority of the assignments and projects had to be squeezed in right before break times, which was pretty dumb, I think. I guess people just don't want to work over break. I feel that it's more economical to work over break, work over school breaks, school holidays, because you're really not. I guess your brain isn't that fried already, so you can keep working. That's a lesson I also learned, is to continue working when you have time. Just because it's a break doesn't mean you can stop working. I mean, of course you can take a break if you're super sleepy and you can't work, but work is good. Helps keep you up to date. I'm the type of person who likes to be kept up to date. I also really turned up the volume on my YouTube posts. For example, for my tennis, I realized that I have plenty of admirers who like to watch me play tennis. So I decided this channel was for them, and I can also inspire people whenever they see me, because they just watch this probably short, skinny Asian kid play tennis and have a really good attitude about it, and fun to watch. So I inspire people to play tennis, and my goal in tennis is to help convert people to the sport and get more participants playing tennis. Academics, I try to post some videos on physics, like explaining the concept of rotation, like rotational equilibrium, on YouTube, but apparently I don't have very good software. I YouTube also got me to realize that I had really good video editing skill. I did have a passion for editing videos. It's just whenever record a video, I seem to want to put everything. I seem to want to drop everything and start working on the video editing. That seems to be the first priority for me. And also, the video editing skill came in use last year, whenever I had to work on the living history project, where we interviewed a, either a World War II, a Korean War era, Vietnam, Gulf War, United States veteran, and learn about their experience, and which was pretty meaningful. That was sophomore year. So junior year also saw super huge growth in independence. It was that I needed to learn how to cook, needed to learn how to cook for myself, take care of myself, such as doing things without having to ask my parents every single time. So becoming not depending on anyone, self-reliance mostly, washing my own clothes. But I've already been washing my clothes for years now. Washing my own clothes. For my college plans, currently college is probably the biggest thing in my mind right now. I have to worry about the college admission essay. What colleges should I apply to? Whether I should stick my athletics with my academics and go to a college to do the two things, achieve those two goals, like continue tennis into college. Whether I should. Now, I think after the hardships of this year, it taught me to realize that you should be finding a college that fits you, not just something that is super well named, like brand named. You want to find something that fits you. So finding a college that actually offers your major and you like the environment. You actually like to be at the school. You don't want to you not hate the school the second you step onto it and only sign up just because you want the job that serves you financial security and something that results in you being unhappy for the rest of your life. No, I don't think that's the meaning of life. Sorry. No, not me. So I plan to travel to Taiwan in 3 days, so July 3rd. I will visit my relatives, so I will stay with my grandpa for 1 day before I head over to the language program at a university where I will learn Mandarin. I also plan to take Mandarin. I will take Mandarin next school year in fall 2019, senior year. So I will become trilingual with two foreign languages, French and Mandarin. So I'm gonna spend 6 weeks over in Taiwan. It will be a long, hot summer because over there it gets to around in the 90s, maybe actually 100s. It gets to the hundreds, and the humidity is 90s. Yeah, pretty tough. And currently, I'm working on packing my stuff. I'm not the type of person who would want to be rushed and go do everything last minute. I want to take things little steps by step at a time, so that's why I'm packing. And someone at the tennis center asked me to take plenty of pictures, so I will take pictures of the trip and bring it back and make a slideshow of it to put on YouTube. 11th grade saw I think 11th grade made me a different person. I'm no longer a kid now. I'm now an adult. It's probably the most important thing is that the lack of importance in video games, because video games aren't really worthwhile for me because they're only useful for killing time. That's it. You could probably be doing something in real life, like making friends, seeing old friends, Um, I mean, checking out girls, relationships. You could be doing useful stuff in like organizing your stuff, or thinking of issues that you've pretty much put away to the side. And after not playing video games for a super long time, I think I at once didn't play video games for 1 month. I realized that there were so many things that I could do that I just don't know because my mind is preoccupied with homework and tennis and all the other stuff in life. Really, when you stop playing video games, you get a chance to sit down and reflect and think about your life and where you're going, where your future is. And also, that's being super busy is 1,000 times better than being bored. I will tell you that. Yeah, the tension with my dad started in March. Yeah, it was Pi Day. It was March 14th. It was He criticized me for not wanting to take the ACT, even though it was my free will to take the ACT or not. He made it seem like he could do whatever he wanted with me, and that I didn't like. So, anyways, he's a person who really doesn't apologize or show any type of remorse for hurting people's feelings. He just steps on people and doesn't give a crap when he's in a shitty mood. We had a couple more arguments. Another one in March and in April. Whenever I try to get him to apologize and let him know that my feelings were hurt, he just doesn't care. He is such. I just realized he's a bad person, and I never want to be like him. Whenever I grow up, I want to avoid him. I want to avoid being like him. I don't want to end up like him. That's my goal in life too. I'm a happy soul. He also yelled at me about tennis racket stringing. He not only not only targets me, but also bullies my mom. It makes my mom feel worthless, and how it doesn't. And you can see how probably not very. Probably how meaningless the marriage of my mom and my dad. When if my mom and my dad just were alone together, no kids, something something bad would happen. They would explode. That's that's how incompatible they are. Although my mom's doing her best to accommodate. My dad's really abrasive and aggressive personality. He's an old man now. I can't change him, so I'll just have to be on my guard, talk back to him, not let him push me around. I also got some. I also took time in this year for stringing people's tennis rackets. I mean, for my friends and in myself. Tennis racket stringing was definitely a huge help to me. And the really big question that always came up, and yet I always put to the side until now, was that whether I should play tennis in college. I mean, for me, first I thought, oh, academics is the most important. But then earlier this year, 2019, I started questioning myself. If I play playing tennis and then just abandon it in college, is that now meaningless? Yeah, it is. So I decided to pursue tennis in college because tennis is really something that I like and can find myself doing every day. I mean, I do it 2 hours, an average of 2 hours a day, 7 days a week, and every day except the times when I get sick. That's when my playing drops the most. That's when my playing drops the most. My playing level drops the most. Now I'm constantly thinking about the future. I think, what's my life plan going to be? What about college? College applications. Check. What do I have? Recycling, duties, chores, responsibilities. That's really what makes me adult. Is that change in thinking where you're now not thinking about now. You're not thinking about now, but you're thinking about ahead, future, where your boat is headed, and how to remove obstacles that block your path, block your future, obstruct you in your future paths. And I think earlier this April 2019, I decided that I want to be a math teacher. Math teacher seems to be a perfect profession for me because I love teaching people, and I have this drive to help people learn something. I mean, it's really sad for me. It's super satisfying whenever someone who doesn't understand something for a long time finally gets the whole picture and they go through this whole knowledge explosion. It's a beautiful thing. And also, I have this super good ability about keeping close with students. I tend to connect with students very well. I tend to try to be in solidarity with them. And I'm a great man, great person, open-minded, and also very good at explaining. I'm able to take super hard to understand concepts and break them down so a 5-year-old can understand. That's my goal, to make it super simple to understand. It's a talent useful for teaching. I mean, I'm gonna be poor if I become a teacher, but that's fine. Finding what you love and doing is the most important to me. The senior project has been sidelined for now since I guess I haven't been able to get any of the hours done over summer. I will shadow a math teacher, and my choice is falling on high school math teachers that I want to middle school math teachers that I want to shadow, because I plan to be a high school math teacher and teach 9th and 10th grade. And why math teaching, not chemistry or physics or history teaching? I wanted math because math, I believe, is the hardest. It is the hardest subject for many people, and I don't want to make it that way. I want to break the preconceptions. I want to break the pre-held conceptions about the subject of math. People think it's hard, and they end up not liking it, and it doesn't become meaningful to them. That's the sad thing. Either the teachers don't teach the math well, or they just don't know how to teach, or they don't teach at all. Also, for my tennis, I started adopting a daily exercise program after seeing two of my friends get injured. One of my friends had to get a shoulder surgery, and another friend got a tennis elbow. And also myself, I've gotten having shoulder sores and arm sores a couple of times that lasted durations of maybe one day. So that taught me a lesson that I need to warm up for 15 minutes before tennis exercise, which is very important for preventing injury. I'm probably one of the people who wouldn't get injured least likely to get injured in tennis, playing sports. Well, actually, tennis. I don't know about other sports. I plan for longevity. I mean, if there's a ball that I can't get, I won't try to chase it. I'm basically like a turtle. No, my mobility is probably comparable to an earth mover. I'm not that fast. I move well in a straight line, but I mean, I move okay in a straight line, but changing directions, I'm not very good. Probably move. I'm an old man. I move like an old fart. That's what I do. And I started having a renewed interest in school and social events um, like SS something. We have a boy band in our grade, consisting of people I know from my grade, classmates. Some of them are classmates or friends that I've known for quite some time, and they perform they perform in concerts, and that is a great place to meet people I see in class, but normally don't get to talk to, and actually get to talk to them outside of class, which is a good. It's great fun, a lot of fun. You don't want to miss out on social events. It's not just not being a nerd, but also learning to develop social skills. Really, for me, social skills are more intelligent, not more important than intelligence. Intelligence can go out the window for all for all I care. It's not gonna make you happy in life if you don't have any friends. And I also changed my mind and started attending the school winter formal, which is a dance, attending the school dance, and learning to ask people or accept rejection. Either way. I mean, for my summer prom, which was June 1st, the same day of my SAT. Well, a really busy day that day. I went alone. I went alone to prom, and I tore up the dance floor. I danced. I danced to the music, and I just let loose. People liked it. Really, most of the time in the prom or winter formal in February 2019, it was mosh pit. Yeah, mosh pit. People just jumping around in a huge huddle. Not really dancing, but whenever I go there, I just start dancing, not worrying about not having like not having to worry about anything in the world. Just forget everything and start dancing. That's what makes dances fun. If you go to a dance and then don't dance, that's pretty meaningless, to be honest. And I also decided to rejoin the tennis team after quitting in sophomore year. After quitting the CDM high school boys tennis team back in February, early February before the season started. I quit because I felt that academics was too hard and it was too hard to keep up both sports and tennis. I mean, it's hard, isn't it, to play a sport, to keep your mind in the match while your mind is still on calculus you learned probably approximately 4 hours earlier. It's just your mind is in so many places when you're at school. It's busy, very busy. That's the one word I would describe school as. This year, busy. I also thought that since many of the 2019 class of 2019 seniors are graduating, and most of them are the good ones, most of the good ones on the school team are seniors. I decided I want to go back. It's my duty. I need to help. I need to help the school because I kind of took a sabbatical junior year. Junior year, I needed to focus on APs, SATs, grades and everything else. But I continue self-practice. Really, to accommodate a really busy schedule of junior year, I had to cut USTA tournaments, singles tournaments that I normally would join weekly in 10th grade. It was that I thought there was too much pressure during sophomore year that I decided to quit the tennis team. Junior year, I didn't come back to the tennis team either, for a good reason. I mean, 3 APs, SATs to think about, and the course load. I also wanted to rejoin the team because I thought people can. It's a good chance for me to become, for people to finally see me, not only in my nerdy book bookwormy form, but also in my fired up athletic form. And plus it's the last year. It's your last year of high school. It's the last year of high school. Have fun. Enjoy your last year. That's for me what is important. And I learned that. I also learned as a life lesson that challenge is what makes you stronger. It is all. You should always take the challenge. Always take the hard path in everything, as you will grow and build character. Well, I hope I covered everything. I hope I updated myself and everyone on what happened in my life so far. Well, I guess I'll see you in 5 months. Or when I have another time to make a video. When I have another time to make a video after 5 months. Oh, I'll also be active on YouTube for the tennis team. I might become the first tennis player on the CDM tennis team to post videos of their matches, so it gets televised and publicized. People can see what we really do.